For this week's trade, we're going to teach you how to set up your first meal plan. So whether that's going to be a meal plan that you want to enjoy consistently yourself, or it's going to be with calories and protein, how you want to do it. I'll leave it with Alyssa to kind of teach you guys how she would set up a meal plan for one of her clients or herself.
Pretty much what I do. This is what I do for myself every single week. This is what I do with clients. I look at obviously whatever number of calories you have. And the next step I do is I decide, does the client want to eat 4 small meals a day? Does the client want to eat 5 small meals a day, 3 meals in a stack? Like what works for the client? Or is one of their snacks just going to be a protein shake? Then you'll add more calories in on the other meals. You always have to determine how many meals you want to eat. So I usually do the standard 3 meals. And then of course, my other meal is still considered a meal, but it's more of just my protein snack of some sort. So that would be like Greek yogurt, still trying to get that 25 grams in minimum per every, 4 times a day. What I do for myself is I'll just divide my calories by 3 meals or however many it is. You can subtract like your snack size if it's just going to be like a 200 calorie little protein stack. And then I just divide my calories and I know my protein goal. So I always divide my protein goal by however many times I'm eating that day. So since I'm doing 4, let's say your protein goal is like 120, you just divide that by 4. So now when I'm meal planning, I'll be like, okay, every time I'm eating today, I need to have 30 grams of protein in this meal and stay within this calorie range. So for me, I don't really like to eat the same thing every day. So I know Gilbert's a little different with his staple breakfast. I don't really have that. I like to eat different things. So like every week, I literally will just think to myself, what do I want to eat this week? What sounds good? And then I figure out the calories and the portioning that I need to do for that, map it out for myself, go to the grocery store, and boom, I just planned out my week, figured out everything I'm going to buy. So I make sure that I'm prepared for it. That's really all I do. That's pretty much as simple as it is for me. Whatever meals I decide on eating, I just make sure I have that protein, I have a calorie limit, and that's all I really do.
So going back to what you're saying, I'm glad that you brought that up and that we're different in that sense. So when you say like, oh, what do I want to eat this week? How do you usually kind of plan that with like the grocery store?
Yeah, whatever sounds good. Like I was even like, I haven't done my meal plan for this week. I'm actually going to the store probably today or tomorrow. So I'll be like, air fried chicken cutlet sound really good. Maybe I'll make that. And then I'm like, okay, chicken breast. Like this is what I need for that meal. I know I'll get this much protein in with it. I'll decide on my sides and veggies, whatever it is. Like I literally will just decide, like think about what sounds good. Maybe I saw a recipe online somewhere, and that's kind of how I think and operate.
I do have a lot of clients that come to me that like, kind of like you said, like I don't want to eat the same thing every day. I want a lot of variety. Obviously with variety comes a lot of, I had to tell clients as well, not to say like it's wrong, but like, let's say it really comes down to like positives and negatives. I want to eat this and this and this today, and tomorrow I eat this, this and this. They want the luxury of that, but then the check-in comes by and it's like, oh, I kind of wasn't adherent on this day or that day. It got really busy and I just got meals. If you're consistently skipping meals because you're busy, again, you're planned it out, you've been used to doing this for so long because this is what you enjoy. For them, if you're just doing it for yourself initially, or you're just getting into coaching with someone or yourself or with us, and this is what you're barely starting doing it this recently, then you're probably not going to be as good as Alyssa. So if you really do get busy consistently, you don't know how to handle the stress of being prepared in that sense of being able to enjoy what you want to eat every single day with every single meal, then try to still get things that you're probably used to getting it ready at the grocery store. You already know where it's going to be at, and then have an idea like what you can consistently get, possibly eat. I'd rather someone eat something rather than skip a meal because they said I was too busy, but I was trying to make this big French toast like extravaganza that I saw.
Exactly. Like,
why waste the 30 minutes to do that? When you have time and you find time, cool, I think I have time to make this. I've been wanting to make this from TikTok or whatever, or Instagram. I'm going to make it now. Cool, enjoy it, make it, and like just be satisfied with be able to sit there and enjoy and eat it. But if you're on the go one day, like just make sure you have ideas of what can I be consistent with that day and whatnot. So
I'm really happy you said that because I think it came off like I'm this like gourmet chef usually, but I maybe will do a cool meal like once or twice a week. I am not that person. I'm like eating. I made a video on it on Instagram, like emergency meal ideas. And it's not a joke. Sometimes it's like a lean cuisine and vegetables, or those pizzas are my favorite. But like my emergency meals that are always there, like I know how many calories they are, add a little bit more protein, and it's like golden. And I'd rather someone do that than not eat anything because they weren't prepared. You always have to have those options because not everything's going to go as planned on your meal plan. When you buy groceries, you might not have time.
No, that's right. You do that. You have these packaged meals from, like you said, lean cuisine, stuff like that. That's perfect. You have an idea what you're going to eat that's different every single day. But if you know you're going to have to be a little bit more quicker, you just know you can always grab one of those meals inside the fridge or freezer.
Yeah. Totally.
That's awesome.
If you microwave those lean cuisines, they're gross. But I have an air fryer and I air fry them and it's great. So I can't even
Yes.
tell it's lean cuisine. I always keep, first of all, the microwavable rice little pouches are my favorite. I always have those in the cabinet. I always have like canned chicken and tuna, and I always have some type of prepped protein in the fridge, whether it's like ground turkey, ground chicken, or chicken breast. I mean, like always, even if I buy it pre-cooked, because that way there's really never an excuse. Like you always have something in your fridge. You can eat that protein, a tuna little salad, like whatever.
I do make rice here for like next few days, but one thing, like you said, I always have rice packs in my pantry just in case. Let's say I didn't even realize it was about to be finished up, and my wife ate some, and like, oh shit, there's no more rice left, or there's not enough rice for me. Boom, I just grab her out of the pantry, and now we're still good to go as far as like my nutrition.
Totally.
And it takes 90 seconds to warm up the Uncle Ben's pouched rice, and then tastes really good too. So
Exactly.
like it's always being find a way to.
They have cool flavors too.
Yeah, I tried the Mexican rice.
Exactly.
I tried the rice pilaf one. That was good. Yeah, they have like really good flavors. Definitely.
If you're just eating chicken and rice, it actually amps it up a lot.
And like one thing, like you said, again, like man, that's pretty funny because it reminds me when I was back at my barracks days when I was in the Marine Corps. Because we weren't allowed to cook in the barracks room or have anything to cook or else we get in trouble. I used to like hide like a George Foreman in there and cook a bunch of shit. But one thing that saved me though was like canned chicken and like pouch chicken. I didn't really think about like how great that is as a backup because I mean I ate that normally because I couldn't have much in there, but it's literally canned up or it's pouched up. You just need a microwave and then you're set. Like just have some rice in a rice cooker that we used to have and just put it on a plate, toss some freaking pouch chicken or canned chicken, and there's no excuse. To me, like right now, if I'm in my house right now, that would be my last resort. It's more of like a backup. But again, like there's really no excuse if I I forgot to grill the chicken today. Like I love whey protein shakes. Like they're like the best, most convenient thing. And I could put 2 scoops and get 48 grams of protein with 1 gram, like 2 grams of fat, 2 scoops. Really not much you could beat there, and 6 grams of carbs with 2 scoops. So, and I just mixed that with fruit. I mixed it with literally you could do so much with it. You could just add water to it, make a pudding to it. There's so many 100 million things you could do to it, and it's super fast, super convenient. Whatever way, whether you do it Alyssa's way or you're more consistent my way, like there's really no excuse with both strategies as you're gonna do.
There are so many options out there.
As far as like your experience with building meal plans, I've seen you do one before.
Yeah, like for a client who comes to me and we're on, the onboarding call and we decide on a meal plan. I first, I ask them, how many times a day do you normally eat? What do you normally start your day with? And I ask them, I say, what are your staple meals? What do you normally eat? What's your go-to? And I work around that. I always build my meal plans around what someone's currently doing. If that might be they're eating I've had clients who are like, I eat like a breakfast lean cuisine every morning. I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm going to add that in. We might add it in some more vegetables or a little bit of a protein shake on the side. And we go from there. Just like, what do you normally grab for lunch? Do you have time to prepare your lunch? Is this going to be like a quick meal that you don't want to have to worry about getting cold or heating up? Then we'll do a meal like maybe canned tuna or like even the tuna packets, because they don't have to be in a can in the packet. You just break open and stuff like that. I always ask them, is this meal like a convenience meal where you're not going to have time to really sit down and eat? Maybe this will be a shake meal because of that reason.
Obviously with me, I'm like the more consistent guy. But again, like if you find things that you love and enjoy and you make it taste good, you could have that consistently throughout the day. I don't really care if it's something different every single day. However, I like to get different on the weekends. But like coming from the Marine Corps to being a cop and to doing this, like and being busy with the kid, the wife, and stuff like that. Again, like it's just you're so on the go nonstop with all these different things going on. I just having something that tastes really good, but also everything I need as far as protein wise is gonna fit like my meal. They're kind of going off what you say, like we call them anchor meals that we do for everyone. And if you all see what I eat eggs, bacon, potatoes, and sourdough toast every single day. So that's my anchor meal. And even when Alyssa did coach me when she first got on, that was something that I always made sure that was in there. So if I was to ever build a meal plan around those calories and protein, I'd make sure like I'm gonna have my 2 whole eggs and 175 grams of egg whites in there, plus like an ounce and a half or 2 ounces of beef on top of like 3 ounces of cooked potato, and a sourdough toast. That's going to be in there, whatever that equals up to calories wise. That's staying, and everything else around it, the other 3 meals, because again we say 4 meals a day, is going to be based off what I need as far as fiber, as far as protein. That means that one meal is no carbs and just the fats are coming from the protein, then so be it. At least I still get to have what I wanted every single day of the week that I love, and it's going to taste good. Again, you can't go wrong with eggs and bacon. And my second meal that's super fast and convenient. People always say like, well, like your breakfast is pretty, it seems pretty complicated and it takes like a long time to cook. And yeah, if you're just starting out, that shit used to take me an hour and 15 minutes to cook back in the day when I first started doing it. Yeah, a long ass time. But to me back then it was worth it. So I was willing to take that long to cook everything, But I've gotten that thing down to like 25 minutes over the time.
Wow.
Thanks for watching. And if you want to finish the rest of the training video, head on over to our private Facebook group, Metabolism and Diet Freedom for Busy Parents.